There we go. That's better. So that's actually now recording. So a harrowing battle took place, and you all prevailed with the killing blow being struck by Layla, who tore Blefion's head from his body with her Dragonlance. Blefion's retainers retreated swiftly, but during the battle, the throne that was being used to control the magic of the city was destroyed. This caused the entire city of Lost Names to begin to crack, break, float, and fall. With quick thinking, Akasha used the infused Maul's vortex warps to get the party to safety on the plaza below, which was still intact. Akasha then departed the tower, and Cyborg bid farewell to his Asterian drone before blowing up the top of the citadel to ensure the throne would not be repaired. While running to escape the city, you managed to find your companion Dragonels, who rescued you from the breaking city, and on their backs you rode away from the City of Lost Names and linked up with Derek, who was in a pitched battle. The battle was interrupted when Layla held up Blefion's severed head and intimidated the Red Dragon army troops, causing them to rout in mass. You all reunited with Derek and quickly caught up and retreated to a nearby Calaman encampment, where you were instructed to find Derek in the morning and took a long rest. Okay, so where we're opening up is the next morning of you guys coming to this camp, as I get to my correct page with all of my notes. And then I'll paint you guys a little bit of a scene, and it'll be game on from there. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say it's nice. There's a nice little empty hut right up here. All right. So you all wake up to footsteps kind of coming outside of your tent. It's probably anywhere between like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun is like barely starting to come up. You hear talks of soldiers saying, "Oh my God, look at that! It's getting closer." No, it's not moving. What do you guys do? You guys just
look at everyone.
Okay. So as you all file out to the outside of your tent, what you see is like masses of soldiers looking towards the west, right? And the west is the same direction as that City of Lost Names. So Calaman soldiers are kind of like standing in line throughout, or for what remains of them all. In the distance, you all see a constellation of rocks that float in the air, like a couple of miles away. Some the size of islands, others as little as boulders. However, the largest island advances south from the ruins, positioning itself above a reassembling dragon army forces. That island holds that sinister temple that you saw depart the City of Lost Names. And everybody to roll a perception check for me here. 23, 11, 10, and 13. So you, Layla, are the first to spot that you can see movement of like little blips, like little large blips going down to the ground, and they kind of come back up every couple of minutes, as if they're using like these Dragonels to potentially transport troops onto this large temple that's floating in the air right now. But you make out that it's going to take quite a few days for them to probably get all of the troops off the ground. Like quite a few days, upwards to probably a week and a half, maybe.
Well, our break was nice. It's clearly time to go. They're loading troops onto the island.
Who are we breaking?
All of them.
You see a couple of Calaman troops turn to all of you. Two of them approach all of you. Both with smiles on their faces as they point to you, Valak, you, Cyborg, and you, Layla. And he says, "You guys were at the Battle of Still Springs. You helped save our lives. We were there. I don't think we properly bestowed a thank you, but we'd like to extend our gratitude for you saving our lives."
Oh, well, you're welcome. I think it's kind of part of the job.
Okay. And you see a couple of the other soldiers kind of like taken back in awe of this huge temple like off in the distance. You see some scared, but the camp is yours to do what you will. You do know that Derek is probably in the command tent, and that sometime throughout the day, you guys should be talking to him.
I'm gonna take a mosey around to see if I can find anything that resembles an armory.
An armory? Yeah, certainly. Like you spot one of like the nearby tents here that's that has posted guards. And the curtain's already pulled back, but you can see a whole assortment of relatively mundane weapons. So nothing obviously magical. And let's just say it's going to be the tent just sitting right over here. It's just lined with long swords, great swords, mauls. Oh, no, I just did this. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, refresh your page.
Send you a quick DM for what I'm looking for.
No, just tell me. You see one of the Kalman soldiers walks up, just like, "Hello, friend. What can I do for you? What are you looking for?"
Something that goes boom.
Something that goes boom. I mean, we've got a couple of sticks of dynamite in the back here. We can probably fetch you. Is that something that you need?
You.
Okay.
That terrifies me.
Okay, gotcha. So, so the soldier turns to you and he says, do you have a rank insignia? Like dynamite doesn't just go out to anybody.
This one's on me, as I showed you that I've got.
Sweet. And so as Layla presents her Calaman insignia, that denotes that she's a special commander within the Calaman forces. You see the two guards, Akasha, kind of like stand erect and give her a salute and says, "Ma'am, of course." And go ahead and roll 1d6 there, Akasha.
Oh.
So you see the guards kind of like go through the back, rummaging through some crates. And they managed to bring back like one brick of dynamite here and be like, and he holds it out to you. He says, "This is all we have currently. But if you perhaps talk to Tatina and Than, I know they've been working on some pretty crazy things."
Our favorite pair. Oh boy.
Okay, so you, Akasha, should be able to look up a dynamite in the inventory, and you can add one. Okay, add one
Yep.
to your inventory. Cyborg, Valak, you guys are kind of trailing behind. What do you guys do or see?
I'ma just wait on them.
Okay, gotcha. So Valak just kind of like post up. What about you, Cyborg?
Cyborg's currently reading a book, trying to figure out what spells he wants.
Okay, gotcha. So so Cyborg, are you kind of just staying inside your hut there? Or would you say, as you're kind of combing
No,
through
I'm
some
kind of
spellbooks?
following suit.
Gotcha.
But as I'm reading the book, I see their feet, so it determines which direction they're going.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Jesus
There you
Christ.
go. There you go.
Not gonna lie.
Wait a minute.
There's not
Oh,
that
yeah,
many
you're probably
good
right,
spells that I want.
Hold on, I gotta restart my stream for La Musica.
I've just remembered. Can I use an inspiration roll to re-roll how many bits of dynamite I get?
You know what? Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So as you see Akasha about to kind of like leave, kind of like head down a bit, you hear one of the guards pipe up. "Wait, excuse me, ma'am. I think I don't know what happened. We must have missed this, but we found 6 more here." And you see him kind of like bring over a little like burlap sack, and hands you 6 additional dynamites. It's like, after a second check here, I totally think we're cleaned out now. But here you go.
Yes.
Nice
Yeah.
job.
Aha.
Oh, Lord. This might be a little dangerous now.
You see a couple of the
As
guards
she
kind of
says
taken
that.
aback from you, Akasha, kind of like hearing that laugh and seeing how big and tall you are.
I promise it's not that bad. She's for the most part harmless.
One of the
It's
guards,
not that bad until you add enlarge on the damn dynamite, causing it to go boom bigger.
one of the guards turns you on, and is just like, well, as long as you don't explode that within the camp.
Nah.
There you go.
Okay. Gotcha. So there's plenty of other buildings for you to explore throughout this camp. Where else would you guys like to go? You can see like soldiers kind of huddled around campfires. Some are tending to their swords, their other weapons of the sort. You see a bunch of them kind of coming and going from the central tent that's like the largest tent within this camp.
I want to go and talk to Derek and fill him in on the what my Fey eyes have seen.
Okay. Gotcha. So you all see Layla begin to head towards the main tent there. What is everybody else looking to do?
I'm concerned now.
Me too.
I can make trap books. I can make trap books.
Okay.
I'm terrified yet curious.
Okay. So Valak, what are you doing as you see Layla enter the command tent?
I'm gonna go with her just so I can get away from Cyborg.
Okay, gotcha. And Akasha, how about you?
I just walk into the tent. You'll just see me cradling these sticks of dynamite like a baby in my arms.
And Cyborg following suit, you just see Cyborg's nose still in his book, eyes kind of glossing over a list of spells there. And as you, Layla, are the first to enter, you see Derek, Celestrin, and a couple of other Calaman soldiers, or rather Calaman officers, kind of surrounding the table here. In deep discussion. As you walk in, Derek looks up, right? And he says to you,
Layla, and the rest, welcome. Come on in. Take seats. You three, get on up. Give seats to these guys.
and as you see, three of these officers kind of make way, come to the other side of the table, opening up some seats to the rest of the crew.
I think there's plenty of seating. It's fine, Derek.
Come, sit.
We've got some rather pressing things that are your ears only type of thing before we release all the further information. Is it cool that we clear the room? Tent?
Sure.
Whatever.
I like
Cool.
it. It sounds like a good idea. You all, get out. Celestrin, you stay.
All right. And you see a couple of the other officers begin to depart. Perception check from you, Layla, and you, Akasha, for me.
Bet. Also, Tom. That's also crunchy.
I'm sorry.
He's been just munching.
Too slow, then talk.
I'm sorry. Fucking cookie monster over
so
here.
13 and a 21. So you, Akasha, and you, Layla, definitely see Celestrin sitting at the table, relatively quiet, smile on his face, very happy to see that you all are there and uninjured. But you also see kind of like a doughy-eyed expression looking at both of you from this young 18-year-old kid out bent on for adventures. Okay. But he remains silent throughout this important discussion so far, but he's definitely watching you two.
What happened out there? Tell me what you know. Like, can you tell me what occurred?
Well, long story short, City of Lost Names is falling apart. The city's part of it is floating, and on that floating portion are Dragon Army soldiers being very slowly but surely loaded onto the island from their Dragonels. We're gonna need to stop that.
Do you think that they'll be upon us soon?
It'll take them several days at a minimum, so we've got time to game plan, but the sooner we get out there, the better.
What about their leaders? The initial plan was to kill both of them. Were you able to accomplish that?
Well, we killed one, which turned out to be a blue dragon whose head I'm in possession of.
Mm-hmm.
The second one made a deal and left without incident.
Well, regardless, you crippled their leadership here. So I reckon that if it was to take a number of days for them to load up all their troops, perhaps it'll take even more. But our troops, they're not in any state to take on this flying citadel. I suggest you all hasten to Caliban to appraise Marshal Vindry of this threat.
Big bet.
I've already sent word to transports that ferried you all to the region to relocate. They should be waiting at the Dreadwolf Cove to the east.
And as he says that, he kind of lays out a map, and he points to a location that's probably what you guys can make out is probably about like a 3-day journey by foot. Maybe a 2-day if you're riding pretty fast on horses, despite through all like the cavernous terrain. And maybe a one day flight if you rode your Dragonels pretty hard, but like a comfortable 2 days if you had them fly relatively normal to get to this cove. And as he puts his finger down on this map, he says,
I will lead the troops back myself, but it'll take some time for us to get there. As you said, I don't think we're under any immediate threat from this flying citadel. But you all, you're light and you're small. You can get to the Dreadwolf Cove and sail to Calaman.
Do we have time to get to Calaman and back, though? That's my bigger concern.
Well, if anything, it's to help prepare Calaman's defenses. Did you learn of the target? I imagine Calaman is the target, no?
Their target is everywhere, but I don't see why they wouldn't start with Calaman. I'm pretty sure it's the closest major settlement.
gotcha. Roll a history check for me, Layla.
Thank you, because I don't remember. And I still don't remember.
So what you can make out, because it's a relatively easy check in 5, was the minimum, right?
Oh my god.
What you can remember is that Calaman is the largest threat in this entire region for the Red Dragon army, and it's paramount that they capture or conquer this city to establish dominance throughout this territory.
After a moment of pondering,
Yes.
yes, Calaman is the top of the list here.
Okay.
Well, Celestrin here, he knows the wastelands like the back of his hand. He's already been a valuable asset to our Calaman troops here, and I suspect that we'll have no problems evacuating when the time is right. Bollock, Cyborg, what news do you report? Anything to add on to what Layla said?
Not that I
Oh yeah,
recall.
they got a devil.
Oh no.
A devil, you
His
say?
name is Gulfast.
Well, I thought they
Well,
did
we
release
call-
them.
That's if he did. However, due to the fact of evil guy, kind of go with the cliche of the dude's a backstabbing dickhead, and kind of go with the fact of Gulfast is probably still on his side.
That is true.
But
Well,
if he can't say any orders,
Mhm.
he won't listen.
Well, if you come across that dragon army leader, if he is still a part of the army, show him no mercy.
I'm
And
gonna just put Mage
your
Hand
friend
in his
here,
mouth.
Your friend here, as he points to Akasha, he holds out a hand to you, and he says,
it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Derek Highwater, commander of the Calaman forces in this expedition in the Northern Wastelands. If you are friends of Layla, Cyborg, and Valak, you're a friend to me.
what do you do with his hand? Go ahead and do your wisdom check for me. I think it's a wisdom check or a wisdom save. I'm not sure which one we had agreed on. Hold on.
For the thing.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I actually remembered. I've got a note in here on it. Yeah, so
DC
it's a DC 8 charisma check.
Oh yeah. Oh fucking yeah.
Okay. So he holds out his hand to you.
And I managed to pull myself together and actually grab his hand like a normal person would and shake it.
Okay.
And I actually managed to eke out my name properly.
Okay.
Craig.
Well, Krieg, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for all you've done. I see that you had some explosives there with you. Be sure to make good use of that, eh? But be careful. Any fire that could potentially light any of your clothes on fire can cause those things to explode.
So that's a very good warning that Derek just issued you there. That you probably want to keep those protected somehow, and not in any obvious exposed areas that can get targeted by other enemies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use them to pad your bra, please.
As you say that, you see Celestrin's eyes kind of like light up as he pipes up. Like, I must confess, Layla, I've loved you since the day that I met you in the Northern Wastelands. I can't hide it any longer. And you see like Celestrin's eyes kind of like a light since like that first meeting so many months ago of where you guys rescued him from those giant spiders.
So adorable.
He awaits a reply.
So on that note, I'm gonna leave.
You see Cyborg
Same, I'm
slowly
gonna walk
start
out.
slinking out. Bollock slowly starts slinking out. Akasha, are you there to back her up? Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand there with my arms crossed with a smug look on my face, like just wanting to see where this goes.
Jesus criminy. I
As I
hate all of
just,
you right
Well,
now.
I've grown plenty stronger. Ask Garrett here. Like I've fought in so many battles. I can be an asset, and I will
As I,
prove that to you. I will prove my love to you one day.
I vortex warp Layla out of there.
No, not necessary. I will give you the opportunity to prove it then, Celestrin, but I'm gonna warn you, this might take you half of your lifetime, dear.
And as you say that, he kind of gives like a very good nod and smile kind of crosses his face, as he departs determined. And as you see him kind of exit the tent, you Volk kind of still posting up. You see him kind of turn a quarter and then disappear. All right. You see Derek kind of like shaking his head as he says,
He's practiced that at least 10 times to me.
I am so sorry.
There's nothing to apologize for. Nothing at all is right in love and war, as they say. But you, Cyborg, I'd recommend you talk to Dan and Tatina. I heard they had something for you.
Oh!
They're situated in the tent to the southeast there. Go say hi.
Oh boy, road trip, let's go see friends.
Got a blast!
Got a blast. Who all is following along with Cyborg? As you guys have all picked up the information that you have a location, you have different modes of transportation. So whenever you guys are ready, you guys can probably settle down for the night and take off in the morning, or depart a bit earlier. I'll leave it up to you guys to make that decision. But you see Cyborg, after hearing this information from Derek, leave the big tent and head towards the location of Tatina and Than, the two gnome inventors that you guys rescued on the outskirts of Kalaman.
My two lovely people. Plus, you don't see me walk there. You see me fucking hightail it.
You see
I go,
Cyborg just run. You see Dirt kind of pick up, like a couple of the guards turn their heads, was watching this Warforged kind of run right past them, like Terminator style, whatnot.
You know that like old school animation style with like they're just circles and they're spinning? Yeah, that's what I imagine.
No, that's perfectly fine. I love it. Layla, what do you do? Going around the table here.
I'll go join Cyborg.
Okay.
I'd love to go and see our two favorite little gnomes.
Okay. Akasha?
I just follow suit.
Gnomes is insulting to them.
Okay. And Akasha follows suit.
Yep.
And Volok?
I haven't met them, so.
I will follow just to watch the chaos unfold.
Okay, gotcha. And so, Akasha, so what you see as you see Cyborg kind of already in a mid-conversation with Than here, you see two small gnomes, probably no larger than 3 feet. You see one with like red hair with a very large cigar, almost like too big for her, kind of like, and you see it like she kind of takes a deep inhale as it burns, letting out like a puff of smoke in the direction of you, Layla and Akasha. You see another gnome, kind of working like hunched over on a load desk, like very like bright purple and pink hair, and you see that she is completely in tune with her work right now, ignoring everything around her. But Than is there talking to Cyborg as she turns to you, Cyborg, and says, just before everybody else enters,
I heard that you were working on something for your Eldritch Cannon there, or I knew of it. So me and Tatina, we came up with something cool.
Mm-hmm. And as the rest of you, as you, Layla, and you, Volok, and you, Akasha, come into view, Than turns to you all, says,
Balak, Layla! Oh, so we've missed you guys. Would you like a cigar?
Yeah, no thank you. The smell is
good.
enough for me.
and as you say that, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, as you see Than kind of take another big inhale before puffing a large amount of smoke into your direction. Right, a 9. So you begin to cut. Yeah. You start seeing Layla begin to cough. Than kind of lets out a little bit of a chuckle. Before kind of taking her cigar out of her mouth, I'm shaking it at you, Volok, and as she says,
Volok. It's good to see you two, all in one piece. Do you need any prosthetic limbs? You missing any fingers? Because I know you have sticky fingers there being a rogue.
I'm good.
Remember, he has sticky fingers, which means they're easily attached.
I love your jokes, Cyborg. Here, let me show you what we whipped up for you.
So what you see, Cyborg, is kind of like underneath their sleeping arrangement. There, they bring out a mimicry of what your Eldritch Cannon would normally look like, whatnot, from those couple of times that you summoned it, kind of in their presence, right? Except this one's different. It has like an empty center for you to possibly embed something into. All right.
Yeah.
As Stan says,
Now, I've seen lots of magical items, and as soon as you got into this camp, I knew what you had. You have an ancient artifact on you, don't you, Cyborg?
No.
as she is making inferences to that core of the Asterian drone that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you pull it out?
Maybe. Yeah.
Do you not do anything?
Yeah,
with
fuck
it?
it. I showed them.
Okay, you show them. All right. And as it comes out, go ahead and do a sleight of hand for me.
You do a sleight of hand?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Oh, fuck, shit.
As you hold out this,
Hey,
this
so
drone.
I'm just gonna say this now. This is actually the perfect time for me to try this feat out.
Mhm.
I treat that as a 10, and then I add Flash of Genius.
Okay, cool. Treat it as a 10, so +2. Treat it as a 10
No,
plus.
like,
You treat that, so it's 15 total then.
yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. Yep. You'd use your little ability from the initiate of the red robes. Perfect, right? But Tatina's kind of a little bit too quick for you. She rolled an 18 on her sleight of hand, still beating out your 15. As like you hold it out, she kind of snatches it from you and kind of like holds it up, like still within view, obviously, and whatnot, but definitely at her little level. She kind of jumped up, swiped it, just like.
This'll fit perfectly.
And as she says that, you see her kind of lodge it like within this mimicry of your Eldritch Cannon, and it kind of hums to life before it starts to violently shake as sparks of electricity begin to kind of spark off of it. What do you guys do?
I back the fuck up.
Okay, so you see Layla back up. Akasha, what do you do as you see Cyborg come over and cast Mending on it?
I kind of take a step closer because
Okay,
I'm
good.
intrigued.
Okay.
I'm gonna yoink Akasha back because you have boomsticks.
That is true.
So Akasha gets kind of get pulled back.
damn.
Cyborg, go ahead and do an Arcana check at advantage for me. You Volek see Cyborg cast Mending on this thing. What do you do?
I prepare
27.
cunning action dodge.
Nice, cunning action dodge, right? And so as you Cyborg cast a Mending, right, you kind of find the right niches as you see Than kind of like throw her hands up almost in surprise, and she says, "Oh shit!" Right, and just at the end of shit, you manage to calm the mechanisms within this device before it kind of did something haphazard. As you know that plenty of their inventions typically go awry, right? But you managed to stabilize this new Eldritch Cannon of yours, and as you make contact with it, it slowly starts to dissipate, as you have gained your crystalline Eldritch Cannon to be able to summon it, using the
Yay.
Eldritch Cannon attributes and abilities.
Hell yeah.
So everybody just like sees like this four-legged cannon with like a very large, almost looking like a very large pearl almost situated inside, slowly start to dissipate into little wisp of magical energy as it gets absorbed. That energy gets absorbed by Cyborg. Like Than kind of stands there, arms crossed, takes another big puff of her cigar and says,
We do damn good work, don't we? Don't we, honey?
all right, and Tatina's just
Honey,
focused on what she's doing.
Honey?
honey, honey.
When did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me and Tatina, we got married.
Well, high five to the both of you. You fucking magnificent people.
Okay, and as Than high fives you, Cyborg, she turns to you, Layla.
Says, not too long ago. I actually got married about 2 days ago. May 21st.
This motherfucker using mine in his anniversary as the date. You smartass. I love you.
And you guys still see Tatina still kind of completely zoned in on what she's working on. Cyborg, you're close. Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
On 13.
Hey, so can I treat that as a 10 too?
Yeah, so what, 18?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, sweet. So as you go over to kind of take a peek at the little like 2 foot little desk that Tatina's kind of working on, you just see a bunch of different magical like like circuits and contraptions, but you're unable to make out what she's doing. Kind of goggles over her eyes, kind of hovering over this desk. What do you do, Cyborg?
I'm gonna do a fucking Arcana check to double check what the fuck they be doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check as you try to kind of figure out some of these magical components.
Okay, so that's a 26.
Okay, how do you attempt to do this? As you see Tatina obviously focused in on her work.
Kind of just walk over. Just be like, hey, what you got there? I see you got a bunch of these capacitors, these resistors, these fucking lovely transformers you got over there. Ooh, is that a fucking monocrystal too?
Oh my god, I almost had it. What are you doing? What are you talking to me? As you see Tatina kind of like once again talking at that million miles per hour that you normally know she speaks at, looks right up to you, kind of eyes wide. You see bags underneath her eyes. I haven't slept in 2 days. Why are you talking to me right now? Let me finish this, please. I'm almost there.
Okay, you keep doing that, and then I'm gonna speed up my fucking talking because of the fact that it's just funny.
Okay, it's absolutely amazing to see you again, Cyborg. Thank you so much for being alive. Now, please let me focus.
But dude, I'm gonna fuck off then. You have a magnificent day, and hopefully you got that transformer thing figured out within the next day. Bye!
And she acknowledges you speaking back just as fast of her. Kind of a smile crosses her face. And go and give yourself a point of inspiration as you see Cyborg kind of like back off. You've all are the last to exit this room. And as you do, you see Than kind of hold out another cigar there for you. And it's a fresh one. What do you do?
I'll go ahead and take it.
Sweet. And as you take it out of her hands, she leans in to say this to you.
When all the fighting's done, remember those that you've lost. Good luck there, Volok. Protect us. Protect Calaman.
Am
I'll
I
go
just
ahead
that
and
weak
give
to
her a
you?
handshake. Actually, you know what? Forget that. I'm gonna give her a hug.
Okay, hell yeah. Sweet. And as you come in for the hug this little 3-foot gnome, you have to almost like take a knee. And she gets right in there, giving you like a nice tight squeeze. As she gives you kind of like a nod farewell. You get a face full of smoke and just like that cigarette and like cigar breath kind of fills your nostrils there.
And I don't get a hug?
Oh,
I don't get a cigar.
You big lady, you want one too? Here you go.
and she holds up another one as she's motions in for you, Cyborg, to come in for a hug. And,
Okay.
And you, Akasha, take that cigar. You see Than give you a very solid nod. You, Cyborg, get to one knee. And give Than a hug. She leans in, kind of whispers something into your ear. She says,
Now, Cyborg, I know you're smart. I know you're really smart. Be smart enough to protect everyone here. Protect Calaman.
okay. And as
I
you...
may be smart,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact if anyone could have done this too, it could have been you.
Aww. You see like an audible, aw, aren't you sweet? That type of expression kind of cross her face. Before you see her kind of like turn, like disembracing from that hug and heading back over to Tatina. You see her kind of take a seat on her rack. Obviously content with everything that just happened. Anything else specific that you guys would like to do here before you potentially so by this time it's anywhere still between like probably late morning. You do know that your Dragonelles are in the vicinity, not necessarily camped with you. They're just kind of off doing their own thing, but they're still within like probably a mile of you guys.
I would
would like to walk out and actually
Mhm.
bring some food over to Ivy.
Okay, gotcha. So bringing out some food. So, what about everybody else? Yeah, I'll drop some tokens. They come right on over.
Do it. Same.
Okay. Doop, 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 doop,
I was
doop,
going to
doop.
have a quick scout around to see if there's any sort of like box I can put this dynamite in.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
to
there's
slip in my backpack.
yeah, there's definitely plenty of boxes. You see some soldiers kind of like carrying away some empty boxes and crates, some in large sacks. Are you looking for like a relatively small box, something like from a demon slayer? That's something to keep it protected.
Yes, it's just like a small box that I can slip in my backpack, you know.
Yeah, and you managed
And
to
then
pick one up from one of the guards that they kind of like see your bustling muscles and they're just like, whoa, here you go, we'll give you anything. All right, so you can say that your dynamite is now protected. Okay, so if your clothes are set on fire, they probably won't go kaboom immediately.
Yep.
Okay, and
Woohoo.
you Layla, Cyborg, Valak, are you picking up some meat to feed Dova there?
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
I want to bring some for Calamel too, because I don't want him left out.
gotcha. So enough meat to kind of like to spread load there. It's a bit of a distance. Like I said, it's probably about like a mile or so walk, but you see them all kind of huddled together. You see Fuza and Lung kind of like buried, like head underneath the sand a little bit. As if trying to like maybe like heat up and stay warm. What do you guys do? As Ivy kind of like pokes her head up, like green eyes peering right at you, kind of like a tongue slips out, kind of slips to the side of her face.
I invite you to food.
Okay. Everybody roll animal handling check for me. Akasha, do you have kind of like meat on hand? Like meat in hand as you're kind of approaching these creatures?
17.
Oh no, I just have rations.
Just have some well, you know, like it's spread loading the love. Okay. And so as each of you begin to like bring out some like extra meat, like kind of that you picked up throughout the camp, stuff like that. The Dragonelles, you can tell that they're extremely happy, enjoying their little bit of a feast here. They are very much happy and satisfied and full. Okay. Calamel, like one of the orangish appearing Dragonelles, still looks around cautiously, as if looking for somebody, before locking eyes with you, Akasha. Begins to slowly walk towards you.
Gilly bird!
Go ahead and do an animal handling check for me, Akasha.
I did.
Oh, another one. One more.
Oh, another one. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little better.
11. Okay. Gotcha. Go ahead and do one of your charisma checks for me. As you see Calamel kind of like head stooped low, not in a hostile manner at all. But how do you interact with Calamel, who's kind of coming in probably for head pats? You hear a low growl. It's a purr growl.
I look at the floor where Calamet's looking, and I'm like looking deep at where that's looking, trying to figure out what it's looking at.
I love it. It kind of in like an obvious confusion. He kind of starts looking at the same spot that you're looking at. You're both now kind of staring at the same spot, not really picking up and connecting with each other. But you can tell that a connection has kind of been made.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Dragonelles are nice and fed. You take a look at them, and they're very well rested. Like I said, whenever you guys would like to depart for the Dreadwolf Cove, you can. You just let me know. Or if there's any other loose ends or ties you wanted to tie up there. Throughout the camp, you still have not spotted Celestrin. No, he's still probably up to is his grand gesture, perhaps.
Cool. So we can dip potato chip. Yeah.
Dip, potato chip.
Okay.
Dip potato chip.
Gotcha. So as you all begin to mount up on your Dragonels, you see Derek kind of approach you all, kind of almost in like a half jog, holding up something that glistens in the sun. It appears to be a tiny ring. He says, "Wait, guys.
Wait, guys, wait. This is a piece of treasure we picked up from one of our previous battles. I don't think it's going to serve us any good here now, since the Red Dragon army is no longer on our heels, but perhaps it'll protect one of you."
And as he holds out this ring, you all identify it as a ring of fire resistance.
Don't mind if I do.
Can I? I'll trade you my poison thing for it.
Oh, that's so smart. I hand it off to Akasha.
And I give Layla the
Parafit. Just go ahead
Thank
and
you.
and type it out to her. Okay, type it out to her. And you guys and you add a ring of fire resistance to your inventory. Not sure if it has to be attuned to or not, but just double check on that. And then you can get the Puripat of poison resistance. Or Puripat from poisons. Okay. And so now, as you guys take this ring, Derek falls back to the camp. You mount your Dragonels. How fast do you guys want to go? It'll take, like I said, about since you're flying at a normal pace, it probably takes about 2 days to get there. If you're very slow pace, but making sure that your Dragonels are very well rested, it'll take about 3 days. If you want to ride them hard and fast, it'll take about a day to get there.
Oh, quick, one of that thing, because I'm just reminded. Cyborg, would you like this doing an insight thing that I have?
Ooh, good job. Good job.
Because it's not going to do me much good.
That is correct.
Say again, I was petting the doggo.
Oh no, it's Akasha and Cyborg right now.
Yeah. Do you want this ion stone of insight? Yeah.
Yep. So to kind of provide
Sure.
some insight there for you, Riley. So the magic item that she's going to give you now is essentially it's an item that you got from your fight from Balefion, and it provides a 2-point increase to, I think, wisdom, to that ability score flat. But when you do activate the stone, it does hover above your head and whatnot. So it is a magical item that is like, if somebody wanted to try to take it from you as it's floating above your head, there is a possibility of that happening. Okay. Just Alexi, do me a favor and just type out the name to Riley for me so he can add that to his inventory correctly, okay?
Yep.
And Angel, are you here? Or just listening in?
No, I'm listening in for the last little bit. I'm sorry. I'm just like brain right now. I just woke up.
Okay.
I felt like shit today. I'm sorry. I'm just listening in for the last bit.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's the last bit, but yeah, no worries. I've got you in like NPC mode. You just let me know if you want to like join in or not, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, bud.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, gotcha. So the pace that you guys are riding your Dragonels, what is it going to be? Slow, normal, or fast?
I'm gonna say normal because I don't want to work them too hard.
You need. What did the rest of you say? You know that time is of the essence, but you do have time.
Yeah, that's doing thing.
Yeah,
I'd say normal too.
Okay. What about you, Cyborg? What about you, Akasha?
I got a little bit distracted by typing things out. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. The travel pace. You see both Volok and Layla kind of petting their Dragonels as they say, like, we don't think that we should ride them too hard. We want to ride at a normal pace.
I'm just gonna go with the group on this one.
Okay, gotcha. And so as you all depart, so as you all get on the back of your Dragonels and you take off, you see like 50 to 60 like Kalaman soldiers kind of running up to the edge of camp, watching you guys take off into the sky. As you begin to head towards the southeast, towards the Dreadwolf Cove. Okay. Who is leading the pack here? Which of the party is leading the pack here?
I'll lead.
You'll lead? Okay, I want you to go ahead and roll a perception check for me at normal. An 11. Okay, so as you begin to continue to travel, what you see first there, Layla, are 3 Crimson Dragonels appear in the sky, bearing dragon army armor. They're pursuing a 4th Dragonel, but this one has no rider, and its scales are of a coppery hue. Right? You feel the back of you see the spines on the back of Ivy kind of like stand up a bit as she begins to kind of let out a very dangerous hissing tone. As you see one of the Dragon Army riders whip out a net at this desperately fleeing Dragonel, and then he gets tangled up and caught in this net. And what this looks like, you can go ahead as I'm changing the scenes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Ivy the green light. Let's go.
Okay.
Already, goddamn.
Oh yeah. So this is what you guys see over here. Let me just get this all nice and sorted. It is. It's like when
It's like a year old.
Yeah.
The first ones you made.
Yeah. This is like one of the first maps that I actually made. 100%. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh.
Right.
Look,
in the campaign.
Helena, look at the field of which I broke my fuck spirit.
Yeah. No, you guys are flying. You
That's like
guys are flying in the air right now. Okay.
Rashad, check your messenger.
No, what's up? Just hold on. In Discord or
say-
Facebook?
Facebook. It was just that I was gonna hop in after we landed.
Okay, so do you want to be in this encounter now or no?
Yeah, like whenever we land, I can hop in.
Are you in
Yeah, I'm already here.
D&D maps? Okay, cool. Yeah, no, dude, we're playing at normal. So you, Helena, are on the back of Calomel, alongside Akasha there. Okay. Lexi, I know that you don't necessarily like playing with like support monsters. So are you cool with Helena just controlling Calomel?
Yep.
You're good with that? Okay, gotcha.
Yep. That's fine.
So kind of order here. So you're all kind of flying in like a little V formation. Let me get some stuff set up here. There we go. We've got to back you guys off a little bit. So you, Ivy, and Layla are kind of leading from the front. Everybody else trails slowly behind. These Dragon Army officers and their Dragonels have not noticed you just yet, but you guys are probably anywhere between like 80 to 90 feet in the air. This Dragonel is covered in a net right now and struggling to kind of stay afloat. All right? As you see them begin to surround it. Layla, what do you do?
I want for Ivy to use her acid on that net to try and release that other Dragonel.
Okay, hell yeah. So that's the first. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have everybody roll for initiative then at that point. Okay? Uh-oh.
Hang on, what? Oh, Nishi.
Yeah, we're rolling for that initiative.
Nishi.
Damn.
19.
Oh my god, I've got a great fucking idea.
God.
Yeah.
So 19. Oh my god. Leela, you rolled a 12. Cyborg, you rolled a 17. Volok, you rolled a 17. Helena rolled a 4. Ooh. Okay. So Helena's initiative, Calamel's is 4, Fuzan Long is 17. Your Dragonels will go after you guys. Dova, Volok, you rolled a 17. Rollies between what? No, just rollies. Whoever rolls a higher d20. Tom, Riley, go and roll the d20 for me. Whoever rolls higher goes first. You guys catch that?
Oh,
Oh, well, he rolled a 20. You need to roll in that 20, Tom.
Fuck.
And a 12. Okay, sweet. So he's going first. So Cyborg and Fuzan Long are there. So 17. Dova is 16. Ivy is 12. Okay. Okay, sweet. I got all the initiative order stuff situated here, and they rolled pretty high.
by the way, I have a mouse.
Everybody roll an insight check for me, actually, while I'm getting this stuff set up.
Hmm.
11.
Damn.
Nice. 21, 11, a 16.
Sight, you said.
Get inside.
17.
Yeah, insight. Cool. So what you guys can definitely pick up by the situation is that, of course, the Red Dragon army needs more Dragonels. You know that in order to break them, like they have their other ones, they cut out that acid sac within these Dragonels to make them a little bit more docile and amenable to instruction, right? So you, Layla, can go first there since you're kind of leading that pack there. What's the range on it? As you are still kind of quite a bit of distance away.
Oh, the grid on this here. As you put grids on it, so we are going to
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Sweet. So the acid kind of goes wide from that net right there.
I'm more than happy if it smacks one of the other Dragon Army officers.
Oh well, that 7 would still miss. But as you get closer to this Dragonel, you can see that it is bloodied and bruised. It's probably on its last legs. Okay. So I'm gonna say, you know what? Because there's more roleplay and whatnot, that's gonna be Ivy's free action. So order of the initiative is gonna be the enemies, then you Akasha, then you Cyborg, and then you Volok, and then you Layla, and then you Helena's kind of going last there. Okay. So you guys see a couple, like this officer and his Dragonel kind of situated to the front. This officer pulls out like a hook and whatnot, and begins to like sink in 2 hooks into the side of this Dragonel, who lets out like a scream. While on the opposite side, this Dragonel and his officer fly up and get another 2 hooks into the wings of this other creature. As the Dragonel's wings are now pinned and kind of constrained by this net, as on both sides are now holding him up basically, with the power of their 2 Dragon Army Dragonels. The last one on the top of here is going to use its movement speed to close in with you there, Layla. Almost kind of like in a straight dive bomb, as the Dragonel is going to make 2 rend attacks with you. See claws coming at you, to you, Layla, for a 15, which you block with your shield. And then he's going to come in for another one for a 7, which you block with your shield. You're going to see the officer on its back with a huge lance try to make a vicious lance attack against you, Layla, for a 15, which misses. He's going to strike again for a 21, which hits. The last one kind of like pushing your arm forward a little bit as you take 6 points of piercing damage plus 2 points of fire damage. And that's going to end all of their turns as this Dragonel is now restrained. Next on deck is going to be you, Akasha, with Cyborg on deck.
Right, can I know I'm not really controlling Calamel, but
Yeah,
on
no,
this
you
occasion-
both can both share the movement on them. Remember to check your extras tabs, but they have 60 feet of flying speed. Okay.
Here.
Oh, hang on.
The roller is not going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder. So about, you know what, on that cloud. So we're going to fly over there. Mush!
Much.
And then I'm going to pull out, right, ready for this? I am going to pull out my pole of angling.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. What do you want to
I
do
am
as
good.
you all see her pull out like this pole that turns into a fishing line, like a fishing pole?
I am going to be aiming to hook the dragon army officer.
The one right in front of Layla?
I mean, do I have the reach to get one that's going for the other dragon now?
Yeah, apparently as an action, the creature can light a stick of dynamite and throw it at a point up to 60 feet away. So it's definitely...
No, not the dynamite.
Oh, wait, sorry. What are you doing?
Angler.
I'm
Fishing rod.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. What are you trying to do exactly?
I'm trying to hook an officer and pull him off his damn dragon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I'm gonna treat it as almost like a shove, just from a distance. So it's going to be a contested check. It's gonna be your athletics versus my athletics or acrobatics. Okay. And he's gonna choose to go with athletics. Oh, rolled an 18 for the officer. Go ahead and do your athletics check.
27.
27. Right? So
He's
you
going bye-bye.
managed to hook onto this officer and kind of like yank him off of his Dragonel and whatnot. And so now he's he's hanging on by like the line, but he is off of his Dragonel. I'm gonna say that's probably one of your 2 attacks that you can do. So what else would you like to do? He's definitely hooked and he is off. You're kind of like using your brute strength to kind of hold him up as you've caught a Dragon Army officer on your line.
Okay, I'm gonna reel him in a little bit so that he can see us, and then give him a little wave, and then just chop the line.
All right, sweet. And you see him just begins to fall. And he has no reaction there. So he's going to take, that's 90 feet. That's 96. Actually, yeah, go ahead and roll 96 for me. You can see how much damage. Yeah, that. Yep, 96.
How the fuck do I roll a 96?
Oh, 9d6. So you go over to your little custom rolls and click d6 9 times. Cyborg, you're on deck with Fuzen Long there. Okay, and then you, Volek, are next after him. Think about what you guys want to do. 36. Okay, 36 is the Dragon Army officer. Ooh, actually, I gotta rename him. Army Officer A. B. C. Dad.
What?
Dragon Army Dragonel.
I honestly thought a fall from 90 feet would kill a dude.
Sadly, not in D&D. It's just 1d6
For 10 feet.
per 10 feet. but it does significantly fucking hurt him, and he is fucking hurt. You hear like the crunch of metal, and Bugsy says, "Oh, why?"
This karma's a bitch.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yep, because I ain't gonna range.
Okay, gotcha. And he is prone right now. It's gonna color him like that. Cyborg, it's your go with Fuzen Long.
Okay. So I'm gonna move all the way over here. Or right about here, I'm gonna say?
Okay.
Just give me one. I was kind of trying to do the math earlier. But yeah, it's roughly around there. That's okay. And then... yeah, roughly around here should do the trick. No question. Okay. Are these guys, like... not the right thing. That's the right... yep, that's the right thing. So are they, like, directly over here, or are they, like, geographically, like, actually on top of it?
What are you talking about? These group? The far group with the Dragonel?
Yes.
So imagine, so everybody's in the air about 90 feet. This Dragonel that's restrained is in between two other Dragonels. It's covered in a net right now, if that paints a picture for you. Right?
Kinda, sorta.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Fuck! You know what? Actually, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna cast Wind Wall.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Where do you want it to kind of appear? Use the little use the little pointer for me.
I am using the pointer. Kind of going like right here.
Oh, it's not showing up for me.
Yeah, it's not showing for anything.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so
I have
right
to click.
behind him.
My dumbass. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And Wind Wall, what level spell is that? I'm sorry. I'm gonna read it over
Right
for a second.
on top of them. Also, level 3.
That's one of your level 3s. Wind Wall. Boom, gotcha. So a strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You make the wall up to 50 feet long. How big are you making this thing? 50 feet long, 15 feet high, or 1 foot thick. So it's a pretty big wall. It's Yasuo's
50
wind
feet
wall.
long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick.
Okay, when the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. Okay, gotcha. So, Dragon Army Officer C is going to make a strength save for... let's see if they... strength save. So, Dragon Army Officer C rolled a 5, so he failed. And then Dragon C rolled a 10, and they fail. How much damage are they taking there?
Alright, so since they really fucked up, that would be 4d8, considering the fact that that's just a spell. Also, I would like to point out, I can also... yeah, by the way, they're taking 14 damage.
14 points of damage for both of them? Got it.
Yep. Also, I no longer have to actually effectively be using my cannon anymore. Due to the fact of a new feat, I can cast any spell that's level 2 or lower as a bonus action.
Okay, hell yeah.
Scorching Ray.
Which feature is that?
That feat... give me a second. I gotta look at it. Spell Driver!
Spell Driver, when you use your bonus action
you
to
use
cast
your bonus
a spell...
action to cast a spell
it's
of
okay,
first level
I'm
higher.
reading it right now.
Yep.
You can also use your action to cast another first level spell, or first level or higher. Cool, hell yeah. However, if you cast 2 or more spells in a single turn, only one can be that of a 3rd or higher. Okay, gotcha. So you use one of your actions, so bonus action to cast first level or higher. You can also... okay, so you just used your bonus action to cast Wind Wall. So you have your regular action to cast a higher spell.
I action to cast Wind Wall, and I'm using Scorching Ray at 2nd level as my bonus action.
When you use your bonus action to cast a spell of first level or higher, you can also use your action to cast another spell of first or higher. However, if you cast 2 or more spells in a single turn, only one of them can... okay, gotcha. Only one of them can be third or higher. Okay, perfect. Where are the rays going?
The rays are also going to be pointing at fucking Dragon Soldier B over there.
Okay, for B, all on the officer or the Dragonel?
all on the officer. 'cause
Gotcha.
he's
Go
a
ahead.
bitch.
Go ahead and
I
roll
don't
all
like
3
him.
attacks onto the officer.
So a 26.
26 hits. 25 hits.
A 25. And another 26.
Nice. Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage on all.
Question about that. Due to the fact of since I already blasted a 1 spell, do I also get the 1d8 on these ones or no?
No, it's just once per turn. I'm pretty sure that's how Arcane Firearm works there. So yeah, so go ahead and roll what 66?
66.
Yeah, 66 there. Nice. 22 points all onto B there. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Gotcha. You all see Fuzedlong and Cyborg close the distance before a giant wind wall starts to blow behind the Dragonels, kind of shaking up that net, before 3 scorching rays hit and slam into the Dragon Army officer, who locks eyes with you, Cyborg. Valak, it's your go with you, Layla, on deck.
Real quick, it does not specify the arcane firearm once per turn, just whenever you cast a spell.
Whenever you cast a spell, you sure? Sounds weird.
Yeah, I'm looking at the page right now. You can use your arcane firearm as a spellcasting focus for your artificer spells. When you cast an artificer spell through the firearm, roll a d8, and you gain a bonus to one of the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled.
Yeah, to one of... Okay, gotcha. Since he's casting 2 different spells, then yes. But in the case of, like, Scorching Ray would only apply once to one of the rays and not all 3. Gotcha. So go ahead and add 1 more d8 to it. Good catch there. Riley, go ahead and roll 1 more d8 for me.
Okay.
Nice.
Damn.
Maxed it out. Okay, Bollocks, your go with Layla on deck.
All right. And how far am I? So, yeah, so I got just enough room. So I'm gonna go ahead and if I can. Why the fuck? Come on. Sam. There we go. Go ahead and come over here. My character as well. And oh shit, my bad. Now I'm gonna go ahead and attack Dragon Officer B with Eldritch Blast, all 3.
Okay, all 3. Go ahead and roll all 3 right at him.
Okay. So that's gonna be 11, which doesn't hit.
Yeah, 11 misses.
19.
19 hits, meets it, beats it.
And 13.
13 misses.
Alright. That's gonna be 5 damage.
Sweet, 5 points of damage, and as that Eldritch energy kind of slams into the splint armor of this officer, you can tell that he's been bloodied as he kind of coughs up some blood. And as you get hit, he turns to the other officer. He says, "These fuckers are the Calaman defenders. We must get out of here with this Dragonel and bring it back to the fortress quickly." What do you want Ivy to do?
I don't know, that's Layla's dragon.
Oh shit, my bad, Dova. Yeah, no, that's true.
I was about to say, she's gonna sit here and look pretty until it's her turn.
Yeah. Acid Spit to Dragon Officer B.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add. It's 1d20
Plus 5.
Plus 5. Yep.
Right. Fuck, 16.
16 misses on the officer.
Alright, and that'll be it.
Okay, gotcha. Layla, it's your go with Ivy.
Okay.
Yep, you see Ivy kind of claw and claw with this Dragonel in front of her. Officer's on the ground 90 feet below.
Forgot there was another Dragonel in front of me, so I can't do what I was thinking of doing the entire fucking time. So scratch that thought.
Wait, never
Wait, never mind. Yes, I can. Fly by. I don't get opportunity attacks. Fuck this little bastard. She's gonna declaw this little fucker, and I want to go in between the Dragonel and the other officer-ridden one and cut the lines.
Okay, as you're kind of flying through.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
From both of the officers that have them.
Gotcha.
I will apple both of my
Okay, gotcha.
attacks.
Gotcha. So you're aiming for the net.
Aiming for the lines that have them connected, and the net.
Okay,
to
gotcha.
get
I'm gonna say the AC is going to meet the Dragon Army officer's AC, but you can go ahead and make your 2 attacks.
Okay,
So,
cool. I'm gonna use the lance too because it's got a further reach. So 28.
28 definitely hits,
And 22.
and 22 definitely hits. Okay,
I'm gonna save her life right here.
sweet. So, like your first strike cuts the hooks that Dragon Army Officer B had on this Dragonel as they try to like swipe at you, but completely miss. And your second strike strikes at the other hooks, as the net begins to fall. As this Dragonel is broken free, thanks to you, Layla.
Hey.
Okay, but in front of you is still that wind wall, that Cyborg is summoned. What else are you gonna do?
Oh, is it behind that Dragonel?
Yep. Well, it's like right on top of him, basically.
Oh. And I shove him on the other side of it, so he
You-
takes more damage.
You used your 2 attacks, unless you want to try to use Ivy to shove.
Well, yeah, using
Yeah, go ahead and
Ivy
do,
in that case.
so it's going to be a contested check. Go ahead and do her strength, which is going to be a +3. So 1d20 +3 there.
Hey.
So 16, and who are you trying to push? The officer?
19.
19, the officer?
Yeah, I want to push the officer off the Dragonel and into the wind wall.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, officer's going to make a contested check, and they fail and whatnot. So, you know what? Let's flip a coin to see which way he's going, either north or south. Actually, Cyborg, which way is the wind wall going? Is it like blowing air upward or blowing air downward?
Downward!
Downward? Gotcha. So as you all see Ivy kind of like take a swat and hit this Dragon Army officer, shoving him off of his Dragonel, he hits your wind wall, taking 4d8 damage there. Go ahead and roll for damage there, Cyborg.
Oh, I fucked up.
I just had another idea.
And since he is also dismounted, I assume he's going to smack into the ground with accelerated force because of the wind wall.
He's gonna fall pretty hard. So, and as he goes down, go ahead and roll, that 96.
96? Oh.
Cool, so 35 damage onto C. And how does this look as this officer is screaming on his way down? Ah! As he hits the ground with a sickening, and you see his head kind of crunch. As he is dead.
Evil, look to the next one. You're next.
Okay. Anything else you do, or is that end your turn?
That'll end it, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Helena, it's you and Calamel on deck.
Okay, I know we used Calamel's movement. I don't know if that still counts for my turn. Since Akasha used the movement.
Yeah, right now you're already kind of sharing that movement speed there, so it already got used. But you still have your ranged attacks, and you can definitely.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I'm gonna take both my hand crossbows and place them one on each, like of Akasha's shoulders. I'm gonna just go steady your shoulders, ma'am, and I'm gonna take ranged attacks against B.
Okay, B. So
Yes.
so he's about 60 feet away from you there. What's the range on the hand crossbows?
30 to 120.
30 to 120. So because he's outside of that 30 feet, your attacks will have disadvantage. Okay.
Okay.
And because outside of that minimum, like that 30, anything outside of that 30, is his minimum, or
16 on the lower number.
16 on the lower number. 16 misses the officer. Okay.
Okay. One more attack with this guy. That one's a 24.
24 hits.
So that's gonna be one hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll for damage.
6 damage on that guy.
6 points of damage. Okay.
And then, of course, second attack. Do-do-do.
23. Oh, let's roll one more
Well,
time.
then that one,
Yeah.
that
so
one on that guy.
Yep. That one
And
misses.
that one misses. Not really much else I can do.
You should have one more crossbow because I only count 3 right there. Go and roll one more time at disadvantage.
Yep. He needs a new pair of shoes, and Daddy does not need a new pair of
12
shoes.
misses. So hate to see it. Just as 4 bolts kind of go out. Dragon Army Officer B, he puts up his shield, taking 3, but your last one manages to find purchase in his shoulder as he's definitely hurt.
Yeah, I'm not going to use my action service round until we get closer.
Gotcha.
So that'll probably be the end of my turn.
Gotcha. So with Calamel, you can still do his acid spit attack there, which has a range of 60 feet, right? So it's just 1d20 plus 5. Who do you want to attack?
Yeah, it'd probably be, well, A's 90 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Dragonelle is still right in front of you.
Yeah, well, that Dragonelle, the one that B's riding, is just within range of it.
Who do you want to attack?
Now. I'm gonna go for Officer B, since the way I'm thinking about it is
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
kinda like
Go
a
ahead and do
horse.
your 1d20 and add 5 for me as you
1d20.
target. Sweet. So 13 misses, right? As that acid just goes wide. Does that end your turn?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. The Dragonelle's turn. So A is going to see his rider kind of go down there. So he's going to go down, to dashes down there, to remount. But that ends his movement speed as they're both kind of looking up at everybody right there. Dragon Army Officer B is heavily injured. He's going to turn to you, Layla, and as he says, if we're not going to have this one, none of you will. Right? And he's going to take his lance and to strike at the Dragonelle, who's trying to get away.
Interception.
All right, so he's rolling at disadvantage. Right? Interception is your roll at disadvantage, or...
Sorry, that protection is disadvantage. Yeah, do protection, please. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I said the wrong one. You're right.
Gotcha. So on the first one, he rolled a 9, so you managed to deflect his first lance attack that just kind of slides off of your shield, and then he goes in for his second, which is also a 6, which kind of like you managed to protect this Dragonelle, as you know that if this one gets hit, it's probably dead. Right, so that ends Dragon Army Officer B's turn. C's dead. A's on the ground. The Dragonelles, though, are going to take a swipe, one at you, Layla, and then one at Ivy over here. So one's coming at you for this rend, which is going to miss for an 8, and the second one for Ivy, which is going to miss her for a 9. And then C over here is going to see that you're kind of deflecting the lances. Your protection, is it just once?
Yeah, it's a reaction.
It's just a reaction.
So I
Okay.
can't do it.
Gotcha. So the Dragonelle C is going to make one attack against the Dragonelle and one attack against you. It's pizza. So the attack coming at you, Layla, is going to miss for a 13, and then the last rend is going to go towards that Dragonelle who's struggling to just fly away there for a 13, and Dragonelle's ACs are 13, so meets it. So that's 11 plus 5, so that's 16 points, right? And so as this Dragonelle rends across this Dragonelle's throat, you see kind of blood and acid kind of start to gurgle out. As you see Ivy let out like a painful screech, right? As the Dragonelle that you guys tried to rescue is dead. And kind of falls from the sky, hurt, like spinning towards the ground, right? The triumphant Dragonelle lets out a battle cry almost. And that ends all of their turns. Akasha, you see that poor Dragonelle spiraling down and hear a sickening thump, thump, thump as its body crashes against the dirt floor there. What do you do?
Well, I do have an idea, but I don't know how you want to go about it.
So what's your idea?
My idea was to time a fishing line to my javelin and lightning, and then I could go harpooning.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Where are you tossing it at?
I could toss it at the Dragon A because I'd have a significant height advantage.
Okay, yeah, and it's 120 feet, so everybody is within range there. Who are you looking to attack?
The dragon itself.
Which one? A, B, or C? A? Okay, gotcha. All right, hell yeah. So Officer A and Dragonel A will both be within range. They have to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw here.
Hang on. I gotta roll the hit first.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh no, it's just straight damage. They have to pass a save. So the Dragonel passes its save with an 18, and the officer passes his save with a 14, so they take half damage. Okay. So go ahead and roll your 4D. What is it? 46. Oh no, I apologize. You're correct and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're correct. Yeah, go ahead and make your yeah, it'll be the dex throw with the lightning, okay? Because you have to use your dexterity throw and not your strength for this type of weapon to toss it, okay? So it's at +7. Go ahead and roll.
Doke.
16.
16.
16 hits the Dragonel, but okay. The 16 hits the Dragonel, wouldn't hit the officer, but they both have to remake their saves. I'll just roll it once more time. You can go ahead and roll for all your damages, okay?
Okie doke. So base
Officer
damage
passes.
7, and then
And both of them pass, so they're going to take half damage there.
7 plus 21.
Ooh, nice. So 28. So 28 half.
28
so 14.
damage.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So 14, and then that one takes 14. Sweet. And so as your javelin strikes the Dragonel down there and whatnot, you see that lightning kind of zip through the armor of that officer, who begins to seize as he falls off his Dragonel dead. Okay.
And I was gonna. Oh, are you gonna class me tying my fishing line?
Oh, you can totally like reel it back in for your second like attack there if you want. Is that your intent? Yeah, why not?
Okay, right. Y'all are gonna see me furiously reeling in this.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Okay, gotcha.
And then I'm just gonna hook it again at Dragon A.
Okay, and just to try to toss it again. All right, gotta make another attack for me.
That is a 19.
19 hits. Roll for damage. I'm gonna roll for a save.
Oh well, no, because it's not. I'm not using the charge this time because the charge can only be used once.
Okay, so it failed
So
its
it's just
save. Oh, okay. It's just the one.
Yeah, it like it gets one charge per. Is it short or long rest? One of the two. Or once per day. Yeah, I can only use it once per day.
Okay,
so
gotcha. Yeah, it's 9 points of damage there with your makeshift harpoon there. All right, and it finds purchase against the dragon. That Dragonel. Everybody roll insight checks for me.
Hot
11,
damn.
24, and a 2. Volok rolled a 10. So what you, Cyborg, are the only one to kind of notice that the temperament of the Dragon Army Dragonels, as their officers fall over dead, right? You can tell that they're getting scared. All right, Cyborg is the only one to kind of tell it. Everybody else thinks that these Dragonels are raring for a fight. Akasha, does that end your turn?
Yep, that was both attacks.
Okay, gotcha. Cyborg, it's your go.
Alright, cool. So, with that note, I'm going to cast Firebolt at Dragon Officer B.
Okay.
since he is 100, he is within the. I do
yeah.
not have to do it at disadvantage. Bullshit.
Go ahead and roll to
Give me
attack.
something. 24.
24
Okay,
hits. Roll for damage.
Cool. 3d10 and 1d8. Give me something good. Okay, I'll go 14 again.
Sweet, 14 points. Okay, your firebolt kind of lights some of his vestments on fire there. He starts to pat it out. He's barely holding on right now.
Alright, cool. And with that... Fuck it, Scorching Ray again.
Scorching Ray. Okay, all three at the same officer.
Yep, all three at same off.
Gotcha. Roll to hit for me as you aim your arcane firearm and 3 streaks of fire. 9 misses.
9.
First one he's able to
18.
block. 18 just misses. Right.
21.
The last one hits. Roll for damage on that last one there.
2d6. Let's go. Come on. Yellow bitches.
Oh no!
2 points of damage as that last one kind of like singes his cheek. He kind of pats it off, spits out blood. He says, "I'm coming for you, Metal Man." Was that?
You don't have to come for me, bitch! Wanna know why? Cause I'm coming for you!
You close the distance with Fuzan Long
And
there.
then I'm a Fuzan Long's fucking rend on his dumbass.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
But I fucked it. I thought that I could simply just pick up. Okay. 18, I think that one is.
Yep.
Is
So-
his rend is
so-
plus 5?
Yep, +5. So 18 just misses. Right? He
That's
managed to kind
bullshit.
of duck right below the first rend, but you have another one.
Come on, baby.
Ooh, 9. That one he just kind of deflects it hard with his shield. You have your acid spit attack that you can make at disadvantage since you're within that. Since Fuzan Long's within that 5 feet, if you want.
Fuck it. Ball.
Yeah, fuck it, you ball. Do it.
Is there a way that I could just do it from his fucking character sheet and not have
No,
to fucking...
sadly not. I tried figuring it out for you guys, but I couldn't. It was way too complicated. So 19.
Fucking...
Oh, so
5.
5. Yeah,
Bullshit.
so it's 10. Acid spit goes wide. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, now I'm fucking...
Okay.
I'm annoyed.
Gotcha. Volok, it's your go. You see this officer who's bleeding profusely. He's on his last legs, locked into battle with Cyborg. What do you do?
Hey, question.
What's up?
Hey, Volok, are you okay if I talk to the dragons right quick?
Go for it.
Alright, cool. So while Volok's over there figuring out what he wants to do, I want to talk to the other dragons and be like, hey, we're not going to kill you guys if you guys fly over there and grab the other dragon out. I understand he's dead, but if you could just kind of like bring him back to our base, that'd be dope as fuck.
No,
Oh.
wait.
That seems very redundant.
I'm gonna stop him. Do not have them move him. Because if
I
we can finish this real soon, I can revive him.
Never mind then. If you guys could just go down and land, that'd be really cool. Don't worry about the body. Just go down and
Wait,
land.
how did he die? I can't remember. How did he die?
He got slashed across the neck, so his head is still intact.
Okay. As long as the body's intact, then it can
No
it
worries.
can work.
He was not decapitated. I got you.
Okay. So it works.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Cyborg,
I-
this feels a little redundant. Let's just finish this.
I don't think you
Go
understand.
ahead
I'm
and-
talking to the dragons, not the fucking officer.
Correct.
The 2 dragons,
Go
by the
ahead.
way, are scared.
Yep. Go ahead and roll a persuasion for me.
15.
15. All right. Let me.
And then I'm gonna add Flash of Genius to that.
Okay, so it's a 20.
Yeah.
What persuasion's what? Charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sweet, fuck it. They're gonna make an intelligence. Oh, see, hey, babe, come look. Roll the fucking natty.
Yeah,
Right?
good. But we got the -1. So.
Yeah. But still a fucking nat 20 there. And whatnot. What? No, it's a skill check anyway. Anyway, so you said 20? And whatnot? So fuck it. Beat it by 1. So you take a look at these Dragonelles and something seems to resonate, even though they obviously can't speak, but they can still understand Draconic and So you get the feeling, Cyborg, that they're probably not going to attack you guys, but might not do exactly what you want them to do.
So I tell the others, just like, hey, don't worry about the dragons. Kill the officer, not the dragons. Dragons are too scared to worry about us.
Not if I kill you first, the officer replies and retorts.
Shut the fuck up, B. You look like you're about to be a mega fucking mess in a goddamn second. Shut the hell up.
Can I kill him already?
You're
Bollock, it's your go.
Okay.
With
Okay, thank you.
with
Okay.
on deck.
3 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay, so
20?
Yep, 20 hits. Roll for damage.
Oh.
He's like barely hanging on.
So 5.
one last one. As the Eldritch Blast kind of blasts off its helmet, kind of revealing a human.
Fuck!
Damn, an 11 misses.
Okay, so now Dova's gonna shoot acid.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Try to melt his face off.
So that's 19.
19 meets it, beats it. That's 5d6.
Alright,
but
and it is... Okay.
while you're rolling, how does Dova melt his face off?
Like, just full geyser blast.
Full geyser blast kind of covers him in all of this acid. He lets out a blood-curdling cry before he falls off his Dragonel dead. And as he falls off, the rest of those Dragon Army Dragonels break and rout. What do you guys want to do?
I fly down to the dead Dragonel and I cast Revivify.
Okay, gotcha. So we're gonna treat this and it's Revivify. Good job, Cyborg.
Revivify. Yeah.
We're gonna still treat this as one of those death door things. Okay. So death DC is gonna be 10 here and whatnot. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me. See if your spell holds properly.
You better do that at advantage, because I'm helping.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead and make it at advantage here.
All right.
Yeah, DC's 10.
Fuck. I also...
Oh, nice.
Oh, DC's 10? Okay,
Yeah,
so
DC's
13.
10.
Yeah.
Sweet. And so as you see Volok kind of like touch hands with this Dragonel, the wounds on the Dragonel's neck begin to close up, as he is now hurt, severely damaged, but you kind of hear him kind of like gasping for air. So the rest of the Dragonels kind of take off.
I'm gonna use one of my potions of healing on the Dragonel.
Really?
Okay, gotcha. So you use one of the potions of healings, and you can see even more of its wounds kind of start to close up. You can still tell it's very injured. And as you all kind of begin to close in, I need dexterity saving throws from all of you guys, as your Dragonels are kind of desperate to get to this wounded Dragonel. And this is something that you can see, yes. What the fuck was that?
Oh,
Okay.
god damn, it didn't even matter.
Okay,
What a
gotcha.
fuck.
So the Dragonels begin to lurch down towards the ground. You, Dova, are kind of already... you, Dova, and Volok are already there. Okay? You, Cyborg, and you, Akasha, are managed to barely hang on. And as, like, the Dragonels are coming in for, like, a pretty hard landing to skid, you guys kind of fall off, tumble a little bit, just taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage as you fall off of your Dragonels there. You guys can roll your own damage there, okay, for that 1d6 bludgeoning from falling off of these things. But you see Dova, Ivy, Fuzenlong, and Calamel all kind of surround this one injured Dragonel, kind of nudging him, like back to his feet. What do you guys do seeing this? If anything at all.
Speaking Draconic. Yep, dope as fuck.
Cyborg, can you ask them if they personally know this particular Dragonel? They seem very, very enthusiastic.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. And
Y'all know this one?
And y'all know this one? And as you convey this, you see Fuzenlong kind of turn to you, Cyborg. Because obviously they can't speak, but like Fuzenlong locks eyes with you and kind of like brushes his head against you. In almost a very family-esque motion, right? And then nestles against the Dragonel that's still wounded, right? So
Okay.
you can pick up they're probably a part of the same nest.
Part of the same pact, but yeah, they know.
Ooh, you're green.
Yeah.
Like
So
me.
and as this Dragonel begins to, the wounded Dragonel kind of slowly begins to kind of get back to its feet. It kind of looks around nervously at the rest of you. Animal handling checks from everybody.
I'm going to cast Animal Friendship.
It has it's an intelligent-ish creature, so it has an
Never mind,
intelligence
I'm not
of
gonna do that,
8
but-
because I think it's like 3 or below, right?
4 and below.
4 and below, yeah. So it has an intelligence of 8.
But
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna give him some food, and then yeah, Animal Hunt.
Okay, gotcha. So Layla 23, Akasha 17, 9 for Cyborg, 4 for Helena, and a 2 for Volok there. So you, Layla, and Akasha kind of carry the group in managing to kind of put this Dragonel at ease as the Cyborg comes over, presents it some food. It kind of backs off a little bit before taking it. Layla, Akasha, how do you guys manage to calm down this wounded Dragonel who's obviously afraid?
I could, like, actually try and be somewhat confident and give it some head pats, but no one.
Roll a
freak
charisma.
out.
Go ahead and roll your charisma check for me there, Krieger. Your DC is 8. 16.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What does Krieger do, managing to kind of hang on to some semblance of humanity?
And she just, well, while she's giving head pats, she just looks the dragon in the eye and goes, "I will murder your death."
You kind of see like this Dragonel kind of like turn its head a bit. Obviously not understanding you, but understanding the gesture. Right?
Yep.
How do you hear this, Layla? What does Layla do on her little animal handling check there to calm this Dragonel down?
I would like to use my relationship with Ivy to kind of show him that I mean no harm and give him a good once over for any wounds, check his wings, make sure that like he's gonna be able to fly himself home.
Gotcha. And so as you're looking over, all of you still see, like, despite the potion of healing and the revivify, it is still probably very damaged. Probably not suited for like too crazy long of a flight, whatnot. And as you, Layla, kind of get closer to this Dragonel, Ivy kind of like almost like pushes you to the side, kind of shoving her head underneath one of the Dragonel's wings, as Dova kind of like pushes you off to the side, Volok, putting its head under the other wing of this Dragonel, kind of assisting it to kind of stand further before you begin to see them begin to flap their wings as it kind of like picking up dust. Insight checks from everybody.
18.
This is going to be a group insight check here. So I need, 3 out of 5 to pass?
17.
Nice. Okay, cool. So as everybody's kind of like witnessing like this act of like these 2 other Dragonels picking up their wounded brethren, right? You get the sense that they're trying to take this one kind of away from the area. Perhaps back to their nest.
I would like to use. I'm hoping we'll be able to get a chance to do a long rest before we actually get into our next big fight. So I'm gonna use all 6 healing light on the dragon.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 36 health.
Okay, and as you cast Healing Light, those other wounds seem to close up as this Dragonel's regained its original strength and begins to slowly kind of flap its wings, taking flight. All right. I need one last animal handling check from everybody. As you see all the other Dragonels kind of look up at this one, still obviously worried. So I got 18 from Krieger, 6 from Helena, 8 from Volok, 11 from Cyborg, and a 10 from Layla there.
I
Okay.
would like to cast guidance on my roll.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and roll 1d4.
Alright.
And as Volok kind of gets
Fuck.
kind of like washed over with some celestial energy, Fuzenlong, Ivy, Calamel, and Dova all kind of look up as this Dragonel is probably anywhere probably 30 to 40 feet in the air before turning and locking eyes with each of you guys, its companions. And then they look back up to the Dragonel and look back down to you. Kind of.
I'm getting the sense that these guys want to go home.
Insight check, Layla, as Ivy kind of locks eyes with you. So Ivy kind of gets a little bit closer, still looking up at the flying Dragonel, looking back down. And you hear that soft, anguished purr, kind of coming out from her.
Yep, I think these guys are ready to go home. I'm not gonna stop you. I give her a nice big squeeze and do this kind of motion.
And as you do that, you see Ivy kind of stretch her long emeraldish wings, as a couple of her scales kind of like she kind of shakes them off. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Okay, so 10 of these scales kind of like fall off, like just below where she was, as she takes off to begin flying in circles with the Dragonel above. And you hear like a happy screech kind of like come out from her. Fuzenlong locks eyes with you, Cyborg, and then looks up at both Ivy and the Dragonel, and locks eyes back with you.
I speak in Draconic. Buddy. Give him a nice big hug. And in turn, not only a big hug,
Yeah.
I also something to give him. I know they do.
Mm-hmm. What do you give him? I didn't catch that last bit.
I'll give him the armor of cleaning.
The
Armor that will never ever get dirty.
Yeah, so you managed to kind of manipulate and tinker with this armor. So what you guys see is just like the cleanest set of armor that you could possibly ever imagine and whatnot. It's pretty mundane, except for the fact that as dust kind of gets on it, the dust kind of just slips right off. As Fuzenlong kind of like lets out like a triumphant shout almost before he spreads his wings, accepting your last hug as he flies in the circle with Ivy and Calamel. Dova looks anxious at you, Volok. And as Fuzenlong kind of comes up, like 10 of his scales also kind of fall down right at your feet there, Cyborg.
I'm a hug Dova.
Sweet. And as you hug him, he kind of lets out, like, he kind of like jumps a bit, trying to take off right away, whatnot. And what do you do as you're still kind of like mid-hug as Dova tries to kind of like take off?
Yeah, I'm gonna just step back and just let him do his thing.
So you feel him kind of you feel his claws kind of like wrap around you as you try to back off, and kind of sends you into kind of like a little backflip in the air. Kind of, you probably rise anywhere between 20 feet, and then I come back down and land gently there. As he releases you, all right, and looks at you one last time, kind of turns his head a bit, and then looks up at the rest.
Well, this ain't no time to cry.
Helena with one tear streaking on her cheek. You're right. A bad day for Rain as she turns around and starts walking away.
So you see, like Dova's wings kind of like outstretched. He kind of shakes his head as 10 of his scales kind of fall to your feet before circling. And Calamel here, the last of the Dragonels, directs his attention between both you, Akasha, and you, Helena. Obviously new, but
Helena's just gonna hold out her hand for for him to put his head to her hand, so she can just so I can just go. You've been a good dragon. I couldn't ask for a better friend.
So,
Be free, good friend.
And as you kind of release your hand, you manage to get about 10 of Calamel scales there. Akasha, as you see Helena kind of release her hand, the Dragonel turns to you.
I just I don't really say anything, but I just look at him in the eyes, and then like a light smile forms on her face, and she just give the draggy a nod.
Gotcha. And as you give him a nod and a smile, he walks up to you, tongue out, and gives you like a nice long lick, kind of from center chest to like the top of your head, right? Kind of almost standing some of your hair up there. That's one long lick. He shakes out some feathers, so like 10 scales of Calamel kind of landing at your feet before they take off. And as Calamel enters in the circle of flying Dragonels, you hear them all kind of in sequence let out a screech of joy as they set off back towards the Dragonel Spire, in the direction of the Dragonel Spire. Right?
Layla, you were right. Today is a bad day for Rain.
I'm not crying, you are.
I'm not crying, you are.
And as your tears dry, as you continue your journey, as you guys were relatively close to the Dreadwolf Cove, you all come upon like a large contingent of ships anchored off of this cove. Calaman troops are set up along the shore. There's one sailor with like black graying hair, weathered skin, and as he kind of approaches you guys, he smells of a licorice. What do you mean,
That's
Bill?
licorice?
I love you.
Hard licorice, like the candy.
I love licorice.
I love, man. It's good.
Right.
Man.
So
It depends on the licorice.
So this individual, everybody roll perception checks for me. Let's see how much of the space you actually are able to kind of pick up, both with passive and active.
21.
Oh, hell yeah, all good perception checks. Got a 9, but
I love a
carrying
nat
the
20.
rate. Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, critical.
Oh my god, we haven't
Okay.
been here in ages. Holy shit.
So as you guys kind of take a look around this camp, as you see this sailor kind of walking towards you, you can tell that this is definitely like a supply camp, where most of the supplies probably for this expedition in the Northern Wastes are probably coming in. You said everybody's here's pretty healthy, not necessarily war weary, and the ship in the distance is definitely seaworthy. As this old sailor walks up to you all, this is Haldris, right? Yep, Haldry, and he says,
Ah, you all. Derek sent word that you'd be here. I'm supposed to take you guys back to Calaman. I hope your journey wasn't too rough. I heard it was bad out there.
You have no idea, friend.
Is the mountain treacherous and cold?
Oh, well, it
Scaly
certainly is.
Bye-bye.
Hell
Then,
yeah, I like
it
you.
was. it was kind of. It was there emotionally. Physically, it was fine. Emotionally, it was pretty rough.
Well, beer helps with all of those matters, and we've got plenty of it on the ship here. Why don't you guys find some cabins and make your way inside?
The boat again. Fine.
Layla, I'm sorry. Elena's gonna strut over, passing What's his name again?
Oh,
Aladir?
yeah, he introduced himself as Haldry.
Haldir? Okay, gotcha.
Haldry.
Haldry. Okay,
Oh,
so Haldry.
Oh,
Haldry.
I've got to refresh my page.
Like Halsey, but with more steps.
Like Halsey, but with more steps. Hold on, give me a second here. I've got to like refresh my page here.
My dad got mad.
Okay. Why isn't this thing actually maps window?
I was still living with him. I was like 18, just moved to college. I was sent back to my parents' house.
Aha, there we go. All right.
I wasn't that
Cool.
bad. Okay, Dad.
Keep growing.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yep, make sure you watch your take then. Alright, so we are good. Okay, so you all see like Helena kind of like walk past. Layla, you're getting onto the ship, not looking around. Or what's everybody else doing? As you see just Haldry kind of just like holding open his arms, kind of gesturing you all towards the ship.
Well, I am gonna, before I do board the ship, I'm gonna pause here, take my backpack off, and then quickly go wash my bloody face. Get all that dragon gunk off us.
Yep, and you managed to shake it all off there.
And then I go and retrieve my backpack because I ain't getting the boomers wet, you know.
Helena's gonna sniff herself and go, "Oh God, dog, I don't want to smell like wet dog for a week, but I gotta clean."
And while I traverse the water, I take my backpack off and hold it above my head.
I love it. Yep. So you make sure that your dynamite do not get waterlogged as you make it safely onto the ship. Cyborg makes it safely onto the ship. There.
Cyborg goes up to the very top of the ship.
Oh, you
He doesn't think it's safe.
begin climbing the masts. Other sailors start to look at you, kind of like pointing at you, and then you start hearing whispers. Cyborg is just like, "Oh my God, I think that's Cyborg. No, that can't be him." It's like, "No, it truly is him. I think so. Like, he's the only Warforged that I know in like 10 leagues." Right?
Cyborg, what are you doing?
He's climbing the mast right
I'm
now,
simply
Liv.
climbing up here and going into sentry rest mode.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
Okay. Volok.
Not like I'm gonna be moving regardless.
Volok, what do you do? As you see all this kind of unfolding.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make my way on board and look for a place to rest.
Okay, gotcha. You make your way on board. Layla, you make your way on board?
Yeah.
Sweet. And then on Helena, you make your way on board?
Yeah, as Helena steps out of the water from like taking somewhat of a bath because it's been a minute, and she tries her best to dry herself off, and she's gonna look at Haldry and go, "Sorry if I smell like wet dog for like a week. I apologize."
It's okay. We don't mind that stuff. Besides, the stink of these sailors will definitely be a welcome distraction, eh?
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. And as Helena makes her way onto the boat,
Gotcha. Great. And as you all kind of get settled onto like the main deck of this ship in one way or another, you begin to hear Captain Haldry begin to issue out orders to his sailors. Some of the deckhands begin running back and forth, pulling lines.
I'm not gonna get the fucking notice for the doorbell because the
Uh-oh. Sweet. Yep. That's the pizza. So they pull the lines as the captain kind of issues the order to set sail.
Helena's gonna join into the like helping of like pulling down rope and stuff
Yeah, go ahead and
with the rest of the deckhands.
fuck yeah, dude. Go ahead and do. Let's see what type of check that would be.
I feel like it'd be athletics or
Yeah,
acrobatics.
you know what?
way it goes.
Either do. You know what? Actually, I think I'd like survival because survival has to do a lot with
Survival.
like sailing and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead and do a survival check for me. Go ahead.
Question: can I take advantage on it because I am like proficient with survival?
No, if you're proficient with survival, you just get added numbers to it already. And whatnot.
Well, it
But
says that
I'm
I
gonna-
get
I'm-
advantage on the roll.
No, that's to make. I'm pretty sure that's because of your background there, right? For the fiend's fate or undead.
Yeah, okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah, right.
But
what you
I'll
do?
take a 13. 13 does it.
Yeah.
For me,
So
at least.
you see a couple of sailors, 2 of them exact, like young ones, probably anywhere between like 18 to 21, struggling like with their line to kind of pull a sail. You come over and whatnot, and you kind of show it how it's done. You get it nice and secured. 2 of these sailors look up to you, Helena. Give you kind of a very solid nod. As they say,
Back of like, you got this, guys.
No, thank you. Thank you very much for helping us out there. It was very kind of you. But please,
No problem.
relax. You guys are passengers on this voyage, not workers.
Nah, what's a passenger whenever I can assist in, helping us get across this, these treacherous waters on this journey. I don't see myself as a passenger. I see myself just as part of the ship.
Gotcha. Right, and as the ship continues to go, you feel it kind of take some rolls every now and again, but for the most part, the sea is relatively calm. Captain Holligery kind of approaches all of you, save for you, Cyborg, as you're still kind of taking your sentry's rest up in that mast. As he says,
If you guys wanted to find your cabins below deck and rest up, the winds are in our favors, and it shouldn't take more than a day to reach the ports of Calaman. Enjoy the beer that we have in our galley and throughout the mess decks. Just don't get too drunk now.
Helena's okay.
yeah, so sweet.
Well, down Layla goes. Drink.
Sweet. So you all see Layla and Helena head down towards the mess decks. Or Akasha, Volok, what do you guys do?
Wall's gonna go find a place to rest.
Okay, you all see Volok kind of like tired a bit, head towards his cabin there. Akasha, what do you do?
Before I go downstairs, I pace over to the captain, and I just brandish my fishing rod, but without a hook. Because remember I cut it, and I'm just
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell him that it needs fixing, it needs a new hook.
Go ahead and do your charisma check for me to see how this actually comes off. As the captain kind of turns to you, still kind of steering the ship. Hell yeah.
14.
So the captain's able to interpret everything that you show him.
He was like, yeah, we've got plenty of line. Just talk to that sailor right over there.
As he points to a sailor kind of like working in a crate right behind you. He kind of turns around, and what you see is like a 30-year-old sailor with like one eye, completely grayed hair. And he says,
We're at 30.
"Yes,
Jesus.
boss. What do you need?"
Hook.
Hook, huh? Yeah, I got one of those. How many you need? Just take a handful, right? And as he kind of reaches in.
I just do a little. I do a little recount in my. I just do a little count in my head, and I just end up just showing him like 5 on my fingers. Just.
And 5 is what happens to fall into your hands, or as you manage to catch him out of the air as he kind of like tossed him right to you.
Okie dokie.
Helena, as you begin to kind of like throw back some beer, go and do a Constitution saving throw here for me.
I didn't say that I was drinking because I went down, but you said don't get too drunk. So Elena's just there for moral support when it comes to
Moral
Layla.
support. Okay, gotcha. Layla, go ahead and do a Constitution check here for me as you kind of throw back some beers.
Can I do mine at disadvantage?
Sure can.
Because as far as I'm concerned, Layla has never had a drop of alcohol in her life.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So you start slamming down like one beer after another and whatnot for a 14.
She's sad. It's sad girl hours.
You, Volok, your cabin's still relatively close to the mess hall, and what you hear are just like sobs kind of coming from the mess decks. And you make them out to be coming from Layla.
Helena's just patting Layla on the back. It's okay. It'll be okay, buddy. I promise.
You, Akasha, begin to hear those cries.
So okay, I hear the cries and I make my way below deck to
Okay.
what passes as the ball.
Helena and Layla, as like you see Akasha enter, what does the scene look like?
So the way I imagine it is like Helena sitting next to Layla. Layla's like, I guess, like in a kind of like, I don't know if horses sit whenever they're resting. Because she's like half horse, right? So I'm guessing like Layla's just kind of like crouched down just a little bit just so she can reach the beer, and Helena's just sitting next to her in a normal chair, just patting her on the back, going, "It's okay, buddy," as she's like crying like anime style, tears like jumping into her eyes.
There's snot, there's tears, there's bubbles, there's all.
I'm sitting there like I'm grabbing a rag just like to help wipe her face and blow her nose.
I love it. You, Akasha, walk into all of that. What do you do?
I kind of just look and try. I'm trying to figure out what's making them upset because we're a bit slow in that department. We didn't. Like.
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna go over to one of the kegs and just I'm just gonna pour myself a grog and then place it on the table, and then pour myself another one and then place it on the table, and then I walk back with the beer in each hand.
Oh yeah, so you got 2 more beers heading your way out, courtesy of Akasha there, Layla. What do you do?
No, those are mine.
Oh, they're both for you? Oh,
yeah, no, she's
Sweet.
double fisted.
Double fisting. Go ahead and do your Constitution save for me here, as you down these grogs.
Fucking 27.
27. Okay, sweet. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was just a little bit delayed. Oh, now let me refresh my page there. Sweet. So as you begin to throw back like these beers, this groggish concoction here. You don't get immediately drunk there. Akasha. You can definitely take quite a few more, if you so choose or dare. The taste is pretty surprisingly good.
You know what? Because it's been a while since Akasha's had good booze, well, decent booze. But what was that?
Motorcycle, if you heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, the street behind us is like always a favorite spot.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna grab another one.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and make another Constitution save as you chug this one at disadvantage. You're already almost a little bit inebriated. Oh, if you're able to kind of toss down another one, kind of fighting off like that dizziness, that mild dizziness that you might get, and you've already like outdrinking like Layla. You catch the eyes of a couple of sailors here. You, Volok, you're kind of like waking up and trying to fall back asleep from all the noise from like the mess decks here. Before Volok, you begin to hear the sound of music kind of coming from the mess halls, and as you guys turn, a couple of the sailors there are playing a merry tune to try to cheer you up there, Layla. You see like 3 of them. Like one's banging on some drums, another one's on like a fiddle, other one's on a flute.
Just say they're playing Booze and Bill and we're all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Ivy would have loved this tune.
Okay, yeah, go and roll at disadvantage here on the con save as you're kind of entering this weird drinking contest and whatnot. Sweet. And so as you kind of like toss one back, another one of these sailors kind of passes another one to you, Layla, shoves it inside your hand. It's just like, so you guys can definitely fucking drink. Were you guys sure you're not past sailors? As you kind of see this sailor kind of slurring his words at both of you guys, and at you, Helena. He's just like, what about this one here? This little cutie. Why don't you drink a beer?
Helena's just gonna.
No, it's okay.
Hey, like you're gonna see Helena's eyes go from normal, and they're gonna start turning as Henry's gonna start trying to come out.
Go ahead and roll a intimidation for me. As
that
you
one. Oh, god damn it. That's the wrong one. One second. I clicked the wrong thing.
No, I gotcha.
Fucking, it's not intimidating.
Sweet. So as your eyes start to turn, like the drunken sailor kind of leans in. It's just like, your eyes are so pretty.
And like Henry's coming out now as Henry takes hold of Helena because now he's starting to get angry and he's going to start snarling and basically bowing up to this sailor that's trying to talk to Helena.
Gotcha. So Helena just transforms into Henry, like skin peels off everything, fur kind of repaces her. Like you see the sailor kind of takes a step back, go and roll an intimidation at advantage as he kind of throws back the rest of his beer. You, Cyborg, your rest kind of slowly starts to get disturbed, kind of hearing all of the ruckus kind of coming from below. 17. So this sailor kind of like chugs back his beer before he kind of looks up at you. You see fear in his eyes before.
And we're gonna back up just a little bit so he can throw up.
Go and do a dex save for me.
That is a 18.
An 18. So you managed to just get out of the way before this sailor just kind of like passes out like face first with a hard thump into his own throw up. The other sailors kind of around the mess deck start pointing and laughing before everybody kind of like in a boisterous kind of tone begin to like hoot and holler, all trying to cheer up the presumed sad Layla over there. Yeah. Well, like you hear all this stuff going on. Like, you still try to like cover up your ears, or how does Volek try to maintain his sleep here?
I actually hold on a second.
You try to plug your ears.
I use minor illusion to create white noise.
Oh. So you managed to create enough white noise to kind of drown out all of the debauchery kind of happening on the mess decks right next to you. What about you, Cyborg? You still kind of sitting up there focusing on stuff? Because we are going to bring the session to an end right here. Or pretty close to, since I'm on my last seminar today. Yay. All right. But what about you, Cyborg?
I jump down there and I chug a whole ass barrel knowing damn well it's not gonna affect me, but they don't fucking know it.
Gotcha. Question, do you want to jump from the mast without, you're not gonna take any fall damage on this and just kind of crash through the floor into the mess decks?
Fuck yeah!
Like superhero landing style.
So you all look up as you see like the ceiling begin to buckle and crack before you hear a thunderous and you see Cyborg just kind of land onto the mess deck, superhero landing and everything.
Putting holes in my ship.
Right.
It ain't your ship, fuck you! Take the barrel.
You see a bunch of sailors just kind of taking a step back from the massive hole that Cyborg's just left into like their ceiling. Like they couldn't even believe it. As a bunch of drunken sailors, they're like pointing and laughing at the giant hole in the ceiling. Right, go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw for me, Cyborg, as you manage to. Or actually, you're immune against poison, aren't you?
I am indeed.
So you all see Cyborg able to just kind of toss these drinks back, and there's not like a thing that's affecting him right now.
Also, I'd like to point out, I'm gonna use bending on the big ass hole. I'm people like,
okay.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. Y'all are fucking imagining things.
Are you?
I forgot.
That's okay. But yes, so you mend the hole. So you begin mending the hole kind of in between your drinks there, Cyborg, just as the captain kind of enters like the mess deck. As you all see like a confused expression on his face, and he says,
"Dear God, Cyborg, I saw you jump from the mast. You came through the goddamn ship. Are you okay? Oh, you're fixing it. I guess
Henry's gonna speak up. At least he's fixing it. He couldn't just leave it how it is.
Holy shit! How did the wolf get on board?
Hi, I'm Henry. He's gonna wave. He's gonna
Sorry,
wave
this is
very
Henry.
enthusiastically. Henry's just waving very enthusiastically. Hi, I'm Henry.
All right, you see like a very like hesitant wave before he shrugs a bit. He says,
Well, hell. Enjoy the drinks. Enjoy the debauchery. Enjoy the music. But be sure to get your long rest. For in the morning we'll arrive at Calaman.
Fuck rest! I'm a robot. I don't need sleep. Keeps drinking.
So as you all continue to drink, reminisce, so as you all begin to kind of drink, reminisce about your times in kind of the northern wastelands, you all eventually decide to sleep if you can, right?
While telling stories, like Henry's just gonna tell the stories of just like different hunts that him and Helena have done of like hunting different creatures that are like, you know, their same I guess CR rating of monsters and creatures, kind of like talking like a Witcher almost.
Gotcha.
Like explaining like the different stuff that Helena and Henry have fought in over the years.
Gotcha.
Like so people
Helena's
get a better
telling her
idea.
Stories. Yes.
Yeah, so they get a better idea who Helena and Henry both are.
Gotcha. So Helena's been kind of spinning her stories to all of you guys throughout the night. As you kind of enter the waning hours. Anything you guys like to close up for the night before you all take your long rest? So you all learn a little bit about Helena's background there and her fights against all these different types of fiends, fae, and undead.
I just keep drinking.
Just kind of keep drinking throughout. Gotcha.
And then Henry's gonna retire
Layla
for the
also
night.
drinks until she puts herself to sleep because she forgot she has that new poison item that essentially makes her immune to the poison that is alcohol. So she's not drunk at all. She's just that sad.
She's just sad. Okay.
She's just
Welcome.
So where we're going to end the session with, guys, is you guys all waking up the next morning here. So you've all taken a long rest. And as you all either climb onto the main deck of the ship or look through your portholes, what comes into view is a massive city with a huge port. This city's surrounded by walls as tall as like 50 to 60 feet. And there's not necessarily skyscrapers, but very large buildings scattered throughout. In the center of this huge, almost metropolis, is
that you?
is a huge castle. And what this all looks like is
What, a castle?
A little bigger than that.
We're home. Well, kind of.
Man, you would need a Titan exactly 60 feet tall to break down this wall. Off in the distance, a Titan that is exactly 60 feet tall.
I get to go see chaos. I want my doggo.
Hey, Alistair, by the way.
Yeah. So you guys, you Layla, you Cyborg, you Volok, catch the familiar port of Calaman here. And as the ship makes dock, you two are greeted by two very familiar faces. People that have trained you in the way of the sword previously. What Helena and Akasha you see is like a tall, like 6'9" half orc with two distinct tusks kind of shooting out from his lower jaw that kind of curl almost all the way to his ears, right? And he has the longest great sword across his back that you've probably ever seen. And standing
Set up some sort of romance for a cash house on it now.
was standing right next to him is a beautiful purple tiefling with horns that don't necessarily curl all the way into like a spiral, but still curl below, in a flowing dress covered in roses. On her hip is a rapier. All right. You, Cyborg, and Layla know these two, of course, as Sertaga and Lady Marcosia, both knights of Salamnia. All right.
I'm gonna grab a Kaka here and mosey on up to Taga and make introductions.
Okay. And so roll an insight check for me, Akasha, as you're approaching this 6'9", like hulking half orc.
And as they're doing that, I'm going to hightail my happy ass over to Lady Marcosia and give her a nice big hug in full speed.
She embraces you, and
Ooh.
so all four. Okay, so you're
that's
not
good.
sure what's like his expression on his face, but he comes right up to you, Layla and Akash, and he says,
Welcome back, Layla. Who's your fine-looking friend?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked. This is Akasha.
Yeah.
We picked her up on our travels. Back over there is Helena, who we also picked up on our travels.
Helena just
Mark is
waves.
fine. He just went upon his usual way. This was a little too much for him. But he's cool. He's okay. So yeah. I hope you two can get acquainted.
you Akasha see Sertaga kind of like turn like to take a look at you, and he gives a very knightly bow as he kind of holds out his hands and he says,
My lady, the city awaits. And
that's where we're gonna end the session at. Okay, so you guys have returned back to Calaman, and then we'll go from there.
I have a great reaction for that I'm going to save.
Exactly. So it leaves on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm sorry, but I had to make that Attack on Titans joke because you were describing the height of these walls. I was like, man, that's like if you had a Titan at this specific height, it would just come break down these walls. Hey, look off in the distance, a Titan at that specific height.
Attack on Titan abridged. Loved it.
yeah. I just had to make the joke. I'm sorry.
No, that's funny. Okay. Yeah. So that ends the session. Great job, everybody. You guys have made it back to Calaman. Yay!
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 Did we get a long rest?
Yes. Yes. Tom's. Did we get a long rest? First question.
I just want to make sure because I like zoned out for a second.
No worries.
Sorry.
But so news for everybody though. So tonight is my last seminar, and then I'm fucking done. With
Sweet.
fucking school and stuff like that. So the sessions will still probably either be 2.5 to 3 hours max. I'm never gonna want to go over 3 hours for our regular scheduled games and stuff like that. But we don't have to end at the 2.5 hour mark anymore if we needed to kind of go on or wanted to. Okay. But yeah, and then I'll introduce the rest of the city for you guys the next time. But for Volok, Layla, and Cyborg, some key points of interest. Cyborg, you definitely want to check out the Crustacean Carnival, where Chaos is. There might be a very pleasant surprise for you waiting there. Also remember that Mayor Raven and Luludgo are still
That's where I'm headed.
are still north of Calaman there. And you, Volok, I mean, your relationship with YN wasn't too bad or anything like that, but I mean, she's there. Okay.
Okay.
he's like, okay. He's
He's like, all right, bullshit.
no, that lady was a bitch.
She was just an absolute C in excuse.
Okay, sweet. So good job, guys. Love the session.
So, during this long
Sorry.
rest, I'm going to attune myself to my ring.
Oh, the Ring of Fire Resistance? Perfect.
Yep.
That is perfect.
I suggest you do the same, Layla, with your thingy.
Oh, perfect. That means you weren't even attuned to it yet. So you did get drunk. Look at that.
Because attunement rules exist.
Yes, they do.
Yep, they sure do.
They sure as hell do.
Oh, also, I do apologize, friends. I just felt like shit.
No worries. No,
earlier.
thank you for joining, dude. It's definitely fun to have you. Oh shit.
Yeah, like I just felt like I felt like such shit because it felt like I didn't sleep at all.
Oh shit, I gotta end the recording.
Last night. it felt like I didn't